can make it happen. Sometimes at first I couldn't make it happen. So occasionally this handle gets in a certain spot, so it makes that sound. I'm going to take this will be a good opportunity to show you guys how to take this apart. It's pretty easy. First step is to turn off the water supply, which in this case, you'll notice this drawer doesn't close all the way. That's because behind this drawer is the actual valve, shut-off valve. The drawer out, and you can see the valve there at the very back. It's one of the really nice ones where you can shut them off by turning it to where it is now perpendicular to the way the water flows, which these shutoffs, that's off. So now water shouldn't be able to flow anymore. Zoom out. Nope. So now we can take it apart. Now that the water is shut off, first step is to take that little cap off here that caps the little screw underneath. See how easy that is? It's got a little O-ring on it. I don't know if you can see that in the picture. It's got a little O-ring, pretty nice stuff. Then you take a Phillips screwdriver and undo the screw that's down in here. May not show up with the camera right now, but trust me, there's a Phillips screw there. I'm going to unscrew that. So once that screw is loose, I think I got it totally loose. You kind of work this handle off. Not loose enough yet. There we go. That comes off, and then this little decorative skirt, you wiggle that off a little bit, bam, and you're down to this part that has the valve in it. It's actually, what do they call it, a cartridge. So you can buy the whole cartridge, and you can also buy the little washers down there that I found that I used to go to Larry and Joe's, but now I found that they have them right over here at DIY. Price seems reasonable and they're close. So you may or may not have noticed my knuckles were hurting just even trying to turn this. For arthritis, I've found don't ever put sideways pressure on knuckles. It's probably not good for any joint. So whenever I can, like a bottle, I wrap it around like this. But in any event, you can't really do that very well here. So this has an arrow on it. So for unscrewing, the arrow would go that way. So you whip this around, you hold this as tight as you can, and then hopefully it works. Or just slides off, and it works embarrassingly crummy. There it goes. I think it just worked. Maybe not. Next step is more brutal method. I get a channel lock and a cloth to protect it, or maybe a rubber thing. Now this one's not coming off. It's been on there for too many years. Loosen it a little bit, so now I'm able to unscrew this thing here. I think that's all you need to do. I think that's what's holding this down here. This little flangey guy. It's coming. Here we go. Seems like I should give you a little musical entertainment or something while we're waiting. These people tune out real easy. Now there's a thread on that. They're probably both threaded. Okay, channel locks. Be right back. So when I got my channel locks, I used the rubber from this to protect it, started to move it, and the whole thing came loose. That's what I kind of remembered. It was just stuck on there with the putty that the guys, when they put in the new sink, had used. So we got that guy off. I'm going to scrape that all off when I'm done. Man, that, I think they used the wrong thing. This seems like, they used like cement or something in here. Should have been just putty. Plumber's putty. I'll put plumber's putty in next time. Now this is like glue they used. Interesting. Okay, so next thing is to get a crescent wrench, get it across this, and should be able to unscrew this. It's always easiest to unscrew if you have this the valve open, because now it's not also pushing down on the bottom of the thing to unscrew it. So be right back with crescent wrench. Okay, so the hope is to be able to unscrew this without the, point a little better, without the base turning. If this is tightened in here well enough, that should be able to happen. If it isn't, it's easy, just got to hold on to that. I think I can use my, nah, the whole thing's turning. All right, so they got this thing on here nice and tight. They didn't get this on here tight. Interesting. All right, so if I'm going to use this here, I've got to make sure I don't mess up the threads on here. This whole thing is threaded. Plan B, might need to get underneath and hold this from turning. I don't want to mess this up because this threaded thing goes pretty dang far down. Let's see how far down it goes. Yeah, so you don't want to mess up the threads down here. You need them good all the way down to the bottom. So I'm not going to hold on to it like that. All right, so I think you see the problem. I hope you do. When I turn this, I want the insides only to turn, but you can see the whole thing's turning right now. Might be able to get a wrench on the outside of this, another wrench, and hold on to that and see if that'll keep it from turning. I'll try that. So I went and got my 12-inch crescent wrench and see if that'll work. I've got a variety of these wrenches. It's nice to have. I've got like a 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, and then 12-inch. And this barely opens up enough to get at it. So let's see if I can get that. I want to get it as tight as I can so it won't strip the outside. Okay, let's see if that'll hold still while I try to. So I'm looking down here to make sure the base doesn't turn while I'm turning this. Nah. I can see down here the whole base is turning. I'm probably going to have to get under the sink and keep it from turning. See you in a minute. So I went out in my garage and got this thing called a basin wrench. You flip this either way depending on if you're tightening or loosening. So in this case it's loosening, that's the wrong way. I put my finger there and feel when it starts to grab. Gently, of course. So that's loosening. So I got up underneath there. Rick got up here and then he was able to unscrew this. So pretty much we got this ready to go. So I got the insides out. Boom, bada boom. I don't know if it'll focus on this if you move it around. Yeah. So this is an oddball thing. I can unscrew this maybe with my hand, maybe not. The washer is right here in the bottom of this. This is actually the washer. So what moves up and down is like what in the old days used to be the seat that was the stationary part. But now they move the seat. It's like the seat moves up and down, the washer stays at the bottom. So you can't like over tighten it, you can only put it down so far. And so these last for a long, long time. So I don't know if the issue I'm having is because of I just popped this out with a screwdriver. Oops. That was another one of the first steps I meant to do. Close off the drain so you don't drop things down there. So I can get washers. I'm going to inspect the seat and see if it's messed up. If the seat's pitted up, you just go ahead and buy a whole new cartridge. Buy this whole cartridge. So I think that's about it. I'll go finish the job. Bye. So I bought the new part. They had it over there at DIY. I don't know if this is focusing. If it is, it's not very good. Blah, blah, blah. And you got to make sure it's the right type of thread, so right hand or left hand. So when you screw it, turn the handle one way, it's shutting off versus turning on. So it's called hot water on this side, but I always look at the way the threads are going, if they're clockwise or counterclockwise on here. So anyway, I've already started putting this back in. You can kind of do a little bit by hand if you got strong fingers, and then when you hit tough spots, just turn it in. It's got a O-ring in there that will actually, it's not even screwing in. Wait a minute. What? I gotta push it down a little. So I got that back on the tripod. So I'm gonna try it as I turn this to push it down a little so it gets down in there. Oh, this isn't. I think it's gone. Yeah, it's gone now. So just got to get past that O-ring on there. Got to compress it a little bit. Okay, and it doesn't. What I was trying to say was it's got an O-ring, so it doesn't have to be super tight. So you're not depending on how tight it is to seal leaks, but you're just putting it tight enough that when somebody opens and closes this, the whole base doesn't move around, right? Which is actually pretty solid. So just a little extra little, that was plenty. So you put it back together in reverse order. I'm gonna get some putty out in the garage. I'm gonna scrape this all out, put new putty in there, put it down, get this in there, get this on top of there once it's screwed in, put this in, align it properly, you know, put it in the correct way. I'll make sure this should go on this. Make sure that it's the right, yeah, it goes right down, slips right down in. So I'll get it all set up and we should be good to go, and I'll test it. Boom. Alrighty, so I screwed that all back together. I'm putting this on just temporarily to, you spin it until it slides down easily and meshes with the teeth, mesh with the teeth, and just see if, yeah, water turns on and off. It shouldn't make that sound anymore. Probably won't know for a while, but it shouldn't. It should not be doing that anymore. It should be fixed. So anyway, I'll screw it back together and call it a day. Woohoo!